Ready. Play.
I'll ask you, Damien, the question I asked John just when he popped on. What can Medvedev do? What can he go away? His season's all but done now. He's going to come back to Australia, a place where he's been the finalist. You know, he's been 2 sets to up in those finals, and what? But he's going to have to go away and try and do something about his game. And I know you kind of touched on it earlier, but what can he go away and do? To like, does he just have to try and go away with his coach and watch some matches where these guys are playing and figure out a way to try and make an impact to these guys? Because Mev. He was 6-0 against Sinner. Look at that. That's now Sinner in the lead at 8-7 in the head-to-head. What can he do?
Yeah, it's both the most lopsided matchup in history, but also it's super close, right? 8-7 after 15 matches, but not really. Yeah, I as I just said, like I don't think this is a long-term solution. What he's trying to do right now, it's just not a level of aggression that is ever going to be natural for him. The fact that he's just like constantly making backhand errors when he's playing Jannik, it's not just it isn't as simple as I saw some tweets today where people say, oh, the number of unforced errors from Daniil is surprising or like is worrying. Well, not really. Like it's what he's trying to go for, right? It just goes with his game plan. I think definitely trying to keep improving in terms of standing closer to the baseline and returning, at least in these matchups. I'm not saying he's supposed to do it every single performance against every single opponent, but they cannot be like abusing all these 7 volley patterns and also just out wide and the other direction. Like they cannot be abusing it like this. First of all, he also, like someone mentioned in the chat, Dave, he needs to reset. He needs to nurse that shoulder finally, get some good practice on serve. Like against Sinner and Alcaraz, he basically needs any percentage he can get right now. They're so good. They're so much better than him as well, that he needs anything he can sort of like, just work through. And I think just if he has a good off season, finally can practice his serve better than he could in the summer of this year, maybe that's gonna take his chances somewhere. I mean, as of right now, it's looking pretty bleak. He's not getting any younger either. They are still, well, we can, I think, still say that Sinner and Alcaraz are improving, or at least are close to their peak. Daniil, we are expecting him to like start falling off somewhere soon. So it's not looking bright, definitely. I think he's done a lot of good work. Definitely he's made the step up many times in terms of just adjusting his return position a bit more. We remember how it was in the 2023 Wimbledon semi against Alcaraz when he tried that for a set and he just couldn't get his racket even on the serves of Carlos, and on the serves of Carlos, not of like Giovanni Pericard. But right now, I mean, he's definitely getting better at this. I think still the rate of success he would have against Sinner would be a little better if he just tried playing his normal game with some micro adjustments rather than what he's trying to pull off right now. But I don't know. I can't blame him for trying either. Like I definitely understand and sympathize with his position, which is like he comes out onto the court against Jannik and he feels like there's nothing I can do. And yeah, I mean, it's a shame, but definitely there's still a bit of time at least. But in a best of 5 format match, I don't know if I buy it. Of course, he almost beat Jannik this year at the Australian Open. He then also beat him at Wimbledon. But it's going to be a struggle from here. And it's a shame because, of course, this is a guy who, well, by now he should have at least that second slam title.
Absolutely. And you mentioned there Jannik Sinner. We know his record this year, 68-6, I think it is. So yeah, just talk to me about just this guy's dominance. Is he even stretching ahead of Carlos now?
I mean, he's definitely ahead of Carlos in terms of consistency this year. The season that he's had, especially on hard courts, but even on grass, of course, he won Halle. But just in general, the level of dominance, the level of effectiveness of his tennis, like it's not really like a low margin game anymore. Sinner, when he was getting onto the tour, obviously he was known for like these violent accelerations, and for a while that was kind of his deal. But now he's very Djokovician in a way. And yeah, it just goes for big targets. He returns deep in the middle. He's got a great serve. He's got a great everything, of course. Last year, he added all these like extra elements as well with the drop shot, with the net play that was like very unnatural for him before. But now he feels decently confident. And yeah, he just has it all. I really don't know how Sinner from here like would be supposed to like, I don't know, start losing more than 15 matches in a season. Like it just seems a little unrealistic by now. He definitely has like shot by shot, he has the best game right now on the tour for sure. Of course, Carlos leads him 3-0 in the head-to-head if we forget the Saudi exhibition, which I am inclined to forget because, well, I don't think we should count this. But he leads him 3-0, and that's kind of more on, I don't know, just like game IQ and maybe the wider skill set that he has. But like shot for shot, you cannot match Jannik right now. And the season that he's had is literally like one of the best 10, 15 of all time if he wins the ATP finals, I think, easily. And it was just absolutely ridiculous. So that's all I have to say, really. Like he sometimes he is even that good that he becomes a bit boring in it, because dominance works like this. Like I definitely remember some other seasons from tennis players where you just felt like, okay, can someone beat them already? Or like, I'm not even gonna tune into this match because it's obviously gonna be a routine victory. And that's where we are with Sinner right now.
Yeah.
He's just dominant to this extent and just is making it look very, very safe. It all started really from Australia, of course, earlier also Beijing, but I think it was more Australia where like you could see he's not like peeking out of his mind. That's just how good he is at the moment. And he kept it up the entire season.
Yeah.
Still some fatigue concerns, but like, still the guy won 2 slams. What fatigue concerns are we talking about?
He seems to have got over certainly those kind of issues, and the boring dominance is one that I felt about Man United in the 90s, always wanting somebody to beat them because they were very, very boring.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.